Hey everybody, Jesus loves you. My name's Cody, and you are watching the Wednesday episode of that Christian news show thing that I do. And many of you guys know that I like to start out the first story with a prayer request, and that is to an Islamic school in Illinois. They were having prayers for the Ramadan thing, and they had bottles of acid thrown at their school. Some are saying it was a warning, some saying maybe it was just kids, but I've got a pretty good feeling it was probably some Christians, which makes me mad, but that is how many Christians in America are. So prayers out to the Muslim people there that are getting hated on by whoever is who is hating on them. It's obviously because they were Muslim, and that is never right. So prayers for their safety as they finish out Ramadan. I think it's always very important to realize that they have the freedom to do what they want, and we shouldn't be hating on them because we get that same freedom to do what we want, and it's amazing. And our next story, I want to know the opinion from both sides because I see both sides, and that is about a group of atheists called the Freedom from Religion Foundation. Because the foundation is trying to take a school in New York and try to get them to stop playing Christian songs in their music classes. And for me, I see that very strongly because I was in choir for tons of years, and during school we always sang Christian songs, and then for a while when I was agnostic I really didn't understand why we were singing Christian songs. But according to the teacher, you can sing whatever you want because it's cultural and it's showing culture in music, and that was why we were able to sing them. So my question to you before we go on to the final story of the day is, should we be able to sing Christian songs in school, or do you think that it's against the separation from church and state? Because it is just showing people the cultural side of music, because Christianity in America is very cultural. But yeah, I don't know. I'm on the fence because I remember being agnostic and being like, we shouldn't be singing these songs. This is not school music. So leave a comment in the comment section below with your answer. Go to the final story of the day. And our final story of the day is about a study that they did in the UK about abortion. See, there's some people out there that don't have the opinion that it's just black or white. You can't just be pro-life. You can't just be pro-choice. There's certain circumstances where it might be necessary for an abortion. Now this is kind of really where I stand. I call myself pro-life, but there are certain circumstances in which I think that an abortion is necessary. And a lot of people will argue if the mother is going to die by having the child, then you should have an abortion. And though that has seemed like a pretty good excuse, it turns out in the UK that only 0.006% of the mothers there who have abortions have that problem where they were going to be harmed in the process of having the baby. So this pretty much means two things. One, people are having abortions for whatever reasons in the UK. And two, you're not having a good enough percent of people who really need these abortions to have abortion clinics at all. In fact, a lot of the bigger reasons that people were getting abortions were because they didn't want it to screw up their vacation, or they didn't think that the gender was right, they wanted a different gender, different things like that. Now that being said, you're not going to have anyone being trained for abortion procedures if they're not making anything on them because you're having only certain specific necessary abortions. And that's where I think stuff gets wrong. When an abortion clinic becomes a business and they're only doing things to make money, then I think that that is not right. It needs to be clinical, and it needs to be something that is necessary. If you don't need it, then don't get it, because it's a child's life that you are just destroying for your vacation time. So then the issue that you have there is you have these abortion clinics not existing because they're just not making enough money because you're using only necessary abortions, but the people that need those aren't going to have abortion clinics anymore. So I want to know what you guys think, because this kind of changes perspective on everything. It means that you need to either have abortion clinics for a bunch of people who don't need them, or you don't have abortion clinics at all. And that in itself I think turns it into a black and white subject, but I don't have an opinion on it now. I kind of have to think about it and try to figure out what it is my opinion is. So I'm asking you guys, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below with your answer or a video response. Just tell me, what do you think about pro-choice, pro-life, and abortion clinics in general? Do you think they should be a thing? Do you think that they should be legal to a certain point? Do you think they should have certain laws? Anything. Give me any of your opinions on it. Leave in the comment section below. We move on to the verse of the day. And the verse of the day is Proverbs 16:9. In his heart a man plans his course, but the Lord is the one who determines his steps. And what I mean by saying that is, we make our own plans. We live this life with free will. But it's God who makes that free will happen. He oversees everything and knows what everything is going to happen and how it's going to happen. Yeah, we can choose our way, but we can't get there without God. So, in my opinion, it's not fair to take that life and not let them get their own plan, not let them get their steps from God and get to move throughout life. Anyways, that's all that I found interesting in the news today. So in closing, let the haters hate, let the Christians pray. To everybody, like, subscribe. I will see you later, and God bless.